Over the next 2 decades, Portugal is committing 11 billion euros to overhaul its national defense, leveraging the European Safe Funding Program and initiating a massive transition to F-35 stealth fighters. Historically, Portuguese defense spending has been shadowed by a series of high-profile financial scandals. For taxpayers, these massive acquisitions are often viewed through the lens of past investigations into corruption and mismanagement. These repeating incidents reveal a systemic cycle of specific methods used to bypass transparency and redirect public funds toward private intermediaries. To understand where this current 11 billion euro commitment is actually going, we need to dissect the 4 historical plays that have defined the country's military procurement. Play 1 is the direct method, the offshore bribe. In 2004, the government finalized an 880 million euro deal for 2 Tridente-class submarines. The deal's mechanics were simple. The German consortium Ferrostaal routed 30 million euros in phantom consulting fees to a Portuguese company, Escom. Those funds were then funneled through tax havens in Switzerland, the Bahamas, and the Cayman Islands to completely obscure the trail. The legal outcome illustrates the insulation within the system. While German executives were investigated and sent to prison in Munich for paying the bribes, the Portuguese politicians and intermediaries suspected of receiving them faced no criminal convictions. Play 2 relies on diplomacy. Under Antonio Costa, Portugal sidestepped standard public procurement entirely, accepting heavy Kamov helicopters as a swap for Russian state debt. This barter was executed without a long-term maintenance plan or logistic support. It allowed the government to bypass traditional budgeting, ignoring the operational reality of flying the aircraft. Because the deal lacked oversight, the multi-million euro fleet collapsed. Every single one of these Kamov helicopters has been grounded and inoperable since 2018. While these diplomatic deals avoid immediate public scrutiny, they ultimately cost the country its vital aerial emergency capabilities. Play number 3 is the modern evolution, the middleman premium. This involves the current 4 billion euro direct acquisition of 3 Italian Frem-class frigates. In 2024, Italy contracted identical units for 750 million euros each. Portugal, however, is paying over €1 billion per ship, a 42% markup for the exact same hardware. The government justifies this discrepancy, citing projected inflation and Atlantic specifications required for Portuguese naval missions. But the deal has faced explosive allegations regarding a 90 million euro condition paid to a Portuguese intermediary company called NTG. Funded through a specialized European loan, this purchase was finalized without debate in Parliament. This method legalizes vast overspending under the guise of technical necessity, allowing intermediary commissions to remain shielded from public oversight. Finally, we reach play number 4. The transition to the F-35 stealth fighter, a program estimated to cost 5.5 billion euros over 20 years. Before committing to that leap, internal reports suggest that Portugal could significantly modernize its existing air capabilities for a fraction of the cost. This cost comparison is stark. Upgrading the current F-16 fleet to the modern Viper configuration would cost 500 million euros and extend their service to 2040. The F-35 program is 10 times more expensive. With the defense budget already under heavy strain, the state is rushing into a multi-billion euro technological shift while ignoring a viable solution that is 10 times cheaper. The through line of these plays is the same. Whether by illegal bribes, debt swaps, or direct European awards, public oversight is systematically bypassed. The operational weight of these deals falls on the military personnel who are left under-equipped despite the billions of euros supposedly spent on their behalf. When funds are redirected toward intermediaries, the physical military decays. This manifests as grounded helicopters, canceled patrol boat projects, and soldiers relying on equipment from the previous century. Until military spending is subjected to the same transparency as any other public department, these cycles will repeat. Without oversight, Portugal isn't buying security, it is financing the next scandal.